If you recently just inherited a house, there are 5 things you should do immediately before deciding whether to sell it, because the wrong decision can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And unfortunately, I've seen homeowners make this mistake all the time. If you recently just inherited a house, you might be wondering what the next step should be. Do I sell it? Do I fix it up? Do I rent it? Or do I just accept one of those cash offers that just keep showing up in the mail? Because that's what usually happens. Within a few weeks of inheriting a property, most people start receiving calls, letters, text messages from companies saying they want to buy their house for cash. But before making any decision, there are a few important things you should understand, because the next steps you take early in the process can have a huge impact on how much money you ultimately walk away with. If we haven't met before, my name is Jason Villani. I'm a real estate broker here in Orange County, and I work with many homeowners who inherit properties and trying to figure out what their next best option is. And over the years, I've seen the same question come up over and over again. So here are the 5 smartest steps you should take when you inherit a house. The first thing you should do, determine the property's actual worth, not what Zillow says, and definitely not the number a cash buyer gives you. You want to understand what similar homes in your area are actually selling for, because once you know the real value of the property, you can then evaluate your options from an informed position. The second step is understanding the tax situation. When someone inherits a property, there is something called a step-up in basis. This usually means the property's value resets to the market value at the time of inheritance. Now, I'm not a CPA, so always best to confirm with a tax professional, but understanding this can have a major impact on the financial outcome if you decide to sell. And step 3, if multiple people inherit the property, the next step, making sure everyone is aligned. Sometimes one person wants to sell right away, another person might want to keep the property as a rental, and sometimes one heir might want to buy out the others. Having that conversation early on can prevent a lot of delays and frustrations later in the process. And step 4, don't assume you need to renovate. Many inherited homes have not been updated for years. Because of that, a lot of homeowners assume they need to spend a lot of money renovating the house before selling. But that's not necessarily the case. There's plenty of buyers out there, especially looking for homes they can renovate themselves. So many inherited homes can actually be sold as is and still achieve a strong price. Step 5, be careful with cash offers. Once an investor learns that a property has been inherited, homeowners often start receiving offers from companies advertising they buy houses for cash. And sometimes these offers are legitimate, but most of them are coming from wholesalers. Wholesalers are not actually buying the property themselves. Their strategy is to get the house under contract at a discounted price and then sell that contract to a real investor. And the difference between those two numbers is where they make their profit. Now, for example, I worked with a Huntington Beach homeowner who just inherited a property. She had already received a cash offer and was considering it because it seemed easy. But when we exposed the property to the open market and allowed buyers to compete for it, the home ended up selling for over $200,000 more than a cash offer. Same house, same condition, same market. The difference was simple competition. If you just inherited a home and you're trying to figure out what the best option is, the most important thing you can do is simply understand what the property might actually sell for. You can go to jasonvillani.com and see what your home could actually realistically sell for before accepting a low cash offer. You can also schedule a short strategy call with me if you want to evaluate your options. Inheriting a house can be one of the biggest financial opportunities a family ever receives. But the outcome depends heavily on the decisions made early in the process. Before accepting any offers, before spending any money on renovation, take a little time to understand the property's true value and all the options available to you.